By now it's certain that there isn't a specific type of team you have to use to clear the hardest content in the game's Spiral Abyss. Yes, there are meta teams, but they do seem to fall short depending on the floor's debuff, enemies or mechanics. Some floors you will have single boss enemies where grouping isn't needed. Other times you are needed to bring a certain element. Now with that said, let's talk about Eula, and physical to be more specific. With the introduction of more physical resistant enemies, Eula has fell off. Sometimes these enemies will cut your damage down to half. Doesn't mean that she is bad, it's just the way the game is. You won't bring a freeze comp in a floor of enemies that can't be frozen, or Hutao in a floor where there are flying enemies like the Thunder Manifestation. It can be done if you are skilled enough, but poses a threat to players who aren't prepared. Eula has gotten this treatment. She isn't a bad unit to say, she dishes out a ton of damage and in the open world she's fine to play. But when she's up against Ruin Guards or Perpetual, Mechanical or Raised in Abyss, her damage may seem lackluster. Now a dedicated support may not help her in this situation, unless it completely debuffs the enemy of all resistances while increasing the physical damage of her attacks by a lot. Now Mika is supposed to be a support unit, but again, the damage buff will be locked behind Constellation 6 like Sierra, Farzan and Goro. I don't like this at all, but what can I do about it? How much will this help? Most of us will never know, as only whales will have access to it. And if they could summon for a C6 Mika, they most likely will have a C6 Eula, which is a whole different monster on her own. Physical may never get better, especially a physical Claymore, as the attacks are very slow. With the introduction of Dendro, it trumps any main DPS that focuses on one single strike. Dendro allows for rapid fire and a ton of multiple damages. Physical won't ever have access to this type of DPS. Eula especially. Now I'm not saying that she can't clear the hardest content, as you see I'm doing it right now. It's just the fact that you could do the same clear much easier, especially with Dendro teams with less investment. This might be the end of physical, as I can't see it going past what it is right now. It can't do any other reactions other than Superconduct, which only benefits the main physical DPS of the team. Take for example a meta Hutao Vape comp with Xingqiu and Yelan. They output a lot of damage by themselves, like Fischl and Yaimiko, but they are units that are better off in Dendro teams and need little less or as much investment as Eula. Now there's a whole drama here with Mika not coming in Eula's banner, and it's actually very smart of Hoyoverse. Why tie a physical support unit in a unit that's, sorry to say it, but kinda underwhelming compared to the cast of characters we have available? Eula rerun, from what I remember, I could be wrong, didn't do so well compared to the reruns we have nowadays. Knowing that Ayaka or Shenhai is a character a lot of players would like to get their hands on, I'm sure just like me, you have someone on a limited 5-star banner just to get a specific 4-star. Well, now the players that want a copy of Mika and Eula will have to summon on 2 different banners. Where they would have just skipped Ayaka or Shenhai and save for Eula's rerun, now they have to risk a guaranteed 5-star. I'm a player that specifically saved and got Eula on a release. I played her a lot and I've noticed a lot of problems in later floors in Spiral Abyss. She's a unit where the supports you invest in for her could have been time and resin spent on top tier supports or sub DPSs like Zhangling, Xingqiu, Sucrose or Kazuha, who are already a top meta team that will most likely clear a floor faster than Eula. But I always preach, summon for the unit that you like and a unit that you will have fun playing. Sometimes you have to approach things for the best of your account. Not everyone plays like us. Our friends who have been playing as long as I can remember and don't understand artifacts, they don't know how to vape with Hutao, they don't know how to use any reactions with Dendro. You will be surprised to know a lot of casuals and Genshins are like this. Nothing is wrong with this. They don't follow, search or look up anything about the game or the characters. So take for example, I have a friend that's ER50. She has trouble defeating Child. She can't defeat Asia by herself. She may come across a video of someone showcasing a Eula hitting amazing damage and think maybe this character would help them. She just compliment my units for doing great damage, and most of the times that is used like weaker units in whole world. Myself especially, I couldn't make use of Animo unit properly, but when I got Kazuha and started investing, it opened my eyes on the possibilities. I have a friend that pulled for Wanderer instead of riding and didn't know that he could fly around the map, you know? So be careful on the unit you decide to pull, especially if you are having trouble to clear Abyss and you want to. Eula is an alright unit, right? It's not that she's unplayable to say, but you can invest it in something else. Ayaka is a good investment, you know, freeze team is actually pretty fine. And they do pretty great in some other floors where there's a lot of enemies and you need to freeze the enemies. or saving for a unit like Riding that's coming in the near future. I mean, that's kind of far away, but like maybe Kazuha or maybe Nahida, you know. I know it has some players them that skip Nahida because they don't know how to use Dendro reactions. Or they maybe summon for Nahida and so that her normal attacks and skill doesn't really do that much damage by herself, even if they pair her with Bennett, you know, but they haven't been using any Aggravate or Hyper Bloom team comps. Right now we have two of the best units in the game right now, Yelan and Hu Tao, and I would advise a lot of players to spend their Primos there because you know for certain what these characters could do. So I would actually advise, if you're not summoning right now, to actually save. Leave your thoughts on below, and if you made Eula, hit a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I see you guys in the next one. Take care.
I love her like